As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
In Washington, D.C., power flows through information. But what happens when the most sensitive military intelligence in the world ends up on the wrong phone? In the halls of power, a national security advisor makes a fatal miscalculation. On the other side of the world, a special forces team walks into a perfectly orchestrated trap. When the dust settles, 4 American soldiers are dead, 3 more captured. And the most catastrophic intelligence breach in modern history is just beginning to unravel. Signal Lost, a 6-part podcast thriller about betrayal, courage, and the devastating consequences of a world where even our most guarded communications are never truly secure. When everyone is listening, nowhere is safe. Signal Lost, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where at least Trump's funeral suit wasn't tan, this is Ballot.
Ah, yes, the tan suit that destroyed the Obama presidency. Never forget. Hi, I'm Patrick Gutfield, and President Trump just declared he's bringing Columbus Day back from the ashes. Because nothing screams presidential priorities like resurrecting a holiday that, wait for it, already exists. That's right, Columbus Day is still a federal holiday. Federal workers still get the day off, there are still parades, but apparently it needs saving. Trump took to Truth Social, which is basically Twitter for people who've been kicked off Twitter, to announce this crucial mission. He wrote that Democrats did everything possible to destroy Christopher Columbus, his reputation, and all of the Italians that love him so much. You know what's truly impressive? The way Trump positioned himself as the great defender of Italian Americans. I mean, who knew when Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492 that he'd eventually need Donald Trump to protect his legacy? It's like if someone said, you know who the Roman Empire really needed? A guy who puts his name on steaks. Trump went on to say, I am hereby reinstating Columbus Day under the same rules, dates, and locations as it has had for all of the many decades before. So he's reinstating what already exists. This is like me announcing I'm bringing back Tuesdays starting tomorrow. You're welcome, America. For those who don't know, Biden did become the first president to officially commemorate Indigenous Peoples Day, though he still celebrated Columbus Day too. It's like when your parents get divorced and now you have 2 Christmases. Everybody wins. Except in this case, one side is celebrating exploration and the other side is acknowledging genocide. The Italian American Civil Rights League responded with, he told us when we endorsed him, he would save Columbus Day. I haven't seen this much excitement over a fake rescue since I told my nephew I saved his imaginary friend from quicksand. So rest easy, America. The holiday that was never actually in danger has been saved by a man who just discovered it was supposedly in danger. Next up, Trump promises to save pizza from the radical left and vows to bring back the Super Bowl. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just announced 13 new inductees, and let me tell you, this list is more diverse than the food court at a New Jersey mall. Cyndi Lauper made it in on her second nomination, which makes sense because girls just want to have fun. But apparently they also want to wait around for a second nomination before getting into the Hall of Fame. OutKast got in on their first try. Andre 3000 and Big Boy can now officially say, hey yeah, to rock immortality. They mixed funk, jazz, soul, and hip-hop, creating a sound so unique that music executives still don't know how to categorize it, but apparently the Hall of Fame committee figured it out. Warren Zevon finally made it in posthumously. The man who gave us Werewolves of London had to literally die before they'd let him in. I guess his lawyers, guns, and money couldn't speed up the process. Chubby Checker also got inducted. The man who taught America to twist is now 82 years old. At this point, when he says, "Let's twist again," his doctor probably says, "Absolutely not. That's terrible for your back." The White Stripes made it in two, just Jack and Meg White, proving you don't need a full band to rock. Two people creating all that noise, they're like the musical equivalent of my upstairs neighbors. Oasis didn't make the cut. Oasis brothers Liam and Noel Gallagher probably didn't even notice because they were too busy fighting with each other. And Mariah? She's probably saving her induction for Christmas season when she thaws out annually to sing "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Salt and Peppa got in under the musical influence category. They were the female rap group that, according to The Hall, flipped the male-dominated genre on its head. In other words, while male rappers were saying "push it," Salt and Peppa actually pushed it. So there you have it, 13 new members in the rock pantheon. The induction ceremony is happening November 8th in Los Angeles, which means we're just 7 months away from watching a bunch of 70-year-olds try to play their hits without throwing out their backs. White Smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to calaroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the uninterrupted listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to calaroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
The Vatican just announced that the conclave to elect a new pope will start on May 7th, which means we're just days away from the world's most elaborate smoke signal system. It's like a gender reveal party, but for the entire Catholic Church. Over 130 cardinals under the age of 80 will get to vote for the next pope. That's right, if you're a cardinal who's 81, sorry buddy, you're out. It's like the Catholic version of Logan's Run, except instead of being terminated, you just don't get to pick the next guy who will wear the fancy hat. The whole thing requires a 2/3 majority to elect the new pope, and the cardinals aren't allowed to leave until they choose someone. Can you imagine being locked in a room with 130 other people until you all agree on something? That's not a conclave. That's my idea of hell. The last time my family tried to decide on a restaurant, 3 people stopped speaking to each other. During the voting process, everyone watches the chimney on top of the Sistine Chapel. Black smoke means no pope. White smoke means we're cross-promoting our other podcast. It's literally the only time in history when people are happy to see white smoke coming from a building. The Vatican says the cardinals have been holding regular meetings where the sausage of a papal election really gets ground. That's an unfortunate metaphor considering the church's scandals, but hey, they said it, not me. Pope Francis was elected in just 2 days during the last conclave in 2013. 2 days! That's faster than most people take to decide what to watch on Netflix. Should we binge Stranger Things or try that new documentary? I don't know, let's just pick a pope instead. All I know is somewhere in Rome right now, there's a cardinal practicing his Oh my goodness, I can't believe you chose me face in the mirror, just in case. The ultimate humble brag. What, little old me? Well, if God insists. Portions of today's program were made with the help of Christopher Columbus, AI, Salt and Pepper.